Gosh, what month are we even in? I know it's 2020. This is your November 2020 Astro Tarot Forecast. It does feel a little bit like Groundhog's Day. I'm shuffling the Hush Tarot by Jeremy Hush. I've become super into this deck during the quarantine, and a few others like the Green Witch Tarot. And I'm using it during the astrology. I'll be shuffling. If you're new to the channel, I will draw some tarot at the end after I go over some of our transits. And thank you for joining me, all of you, and for subscribing. What a year. I'm getting excited. I'm getting anxious for November 3rd for two reasons. One, Mercury will be direct on November 3rd. And we have been experiencing our Mercury retrograde in October, and boy, has it been bizarre. Lots of technical issues could have happened for Aries, slowing down of how they're normally operating, and the typical communication delays in a retrograde, hearing back from people that you're trying to reach, and or misunderstanding a few people in conversation. But Mercury is direct at 25 degrees of Libra, and he has some replenishing energy to offer Aries in the 7th sector of partnership and relationship, understanding one another, or clarity in your search for partnership. And then Mercury on the 10th will transit into Scorpio, where he can truly replenish the sector that he drew from in this slowed pace, which is the 8th sector of shared resources, intimacy, sex, change, rebirth, regeneration. Aries would be wise to tend to arrangements in their life, not to get morbid, but that can be the 8th house, tending to your wills and planning your future long term. Thinking a little bit dark. Maybe Aries is getting into the Halloween videos and has a macabre tone. Tending to wills, investments, and your future life is what I'm getting. Planning and preparing here as well. Your vision is very important for where you see yourself ending up. If you can't see it, and it's filled with, I can't do that, then it will be hard for you to get to that outcome. But I would hold your vision with Mercury in the 8th house in all things related to investments, investors, settlements, property, savings. Some of you have a private stash, and you might start to accrue a private place for your money, not your typical banking systems. It might be not aligned with everyone's view of how you should save. That's a little bit of a message here, but you're not here to conform, Aries, you're here to lead. And I know a lot of people are even struggling with where you're working and work itself. Mercury in the 8th house sees resumes, interviewing, refreshing bios, pitching yourself, selling yourself while the planet of communication is direct. This will work in to your advantage here, Aries. We have a conjunction on the 12th. Jupiter and Pluto meet up exactly at 22 degrees in Capricorn. Wow. Okay, so if you're in the Northern Hemisphere and in the States, expect November 12th to have a lot to do with our government and the control that they're attempting. Jupiter and Pluto conjunct at 22 degrees of Capricorn in the very masculine 10th sector of control, authority, and career Individually for you, Aries, will affect your career life, and the pressure that it creates could just be enough to make a change for you in a big way. Change, Pluto, big way, Jupiter. Now, collectively, we will see an enormous change for the masses with Jupiter conjunct Pluto. And the astrology is wonderful for a change of direction. And due to Mercury's retrograde at the top of the month and throughout the timeline of people voting, you can expect our tallying to be the longest in history, and we might know 9 days out by this conjunction who our elected representative is. It will be an interesting day. If we know prior to that, fine, but that day, the 12th, we're going to see a tantrum. We're going to see a big change in the 10th house. For your career life, what you love to do will consume you. You'll want to do something that feels fun. And Jupiter is here in this sector to almost insist, if you don't truly love and feel fulfilled doing what you do, this is the time for redirection, or you're inspired to redirect. On the 13th, Mars goes direct. All right, personal planets heading in the direction they're meant to. Mars direct at 15 degrees of Aries in your first house. You've had a very generous stay here with Aries, or with Mars in home in his ruling sector. And through 2020, Mars will be direct now in your sign. And Aries has been up in arms. I'm assuming you are handling tasks even behind the scenes. It's a go-get-'em kind of energy. You are leading, and you could expel a lot of energy, sweat, and lose weight while Mars is direct in your first sector of body and self. Tempers can flare, though. Road rage is a thing when Mars is in the first house, and road rage anyway is a thing. So I could just, you know what? I'm feeling a little feisty. I'm a little feisty today. I woke up that way. I just feel something brewing. I'm excited about the precipice we are on. Now, yeah, things are nuts in the world. I'm not so excited about all of that, but there is this feeling I'm getting of like a good competitive fight, like a good sweet victory is I can feel it. Okay, and it could be that this has a lot to do with the Aryan energy and the planets going direct and things starting to feel like we might move forward again. Yes, we're in a virus. We're still in a pandemic. I just can't help the way I feel that something is about to twist for us. Now, our new moon on the 15th is at 23 degrees of Scorpio. This is some Scorpion energy coming through. The 8th house of change. Maybe that's why for you I'm lit up with this feeling of rebirth, a shedding of some skins, getting a roll of snake skin off you, and you're ready to bear it all, to start fresh. New moon in the 8th house. New intimacy and new resources. The ability to receive an income, and this will be something that you could even do behind the scenes and privately and create a passive income for yourself. Venus also enters Scorpio on the 21st of November through December 15th in the 8th house. Wow, new moon, Venus, Mercury, and the sun are there, just the tail end of the sun. The sun will shift into Sagittarius, the ninth sector. The urge to experience a foreign opportunity, something that you're not used to, even travel, even though we have to tread lightly around that at times. Fresh, new life experiences are knocking on Aries' door. Studying, learning, online courses, training and education and certification is here. The metaphysical experiences are here. And you could find that you're tuning into those areas, you're attracted to what they have to offer you or what you're learning in that area. We end the month on the 30th with a full moon lunar eclipse, 8 degrees of Gemini. Closure in the third sector for Aries. Closure in the communication sector. You're done expressing yourself or explaining yourself in an area of your life. This is also the transportation sector and local travel, siblings and neighbors. Boundaries are important for Aries. And there is an exposure and an awareness in the third house. Sibling issues could be dramatic. I would be listening and not reacting at this time. Hear people out. And sometimes people just want you to listen and not react or offer advice. And this full moon brings an awareness in the area of speech and your very close loved ones in family, the sibling and sisterhood area, brotherhood. So watch how you deliver your messages around that time to people. What feels casual to you could be abrupt to someone else. Not that we're all walking on eggshells. Just around that day, watch how you truly deliver your messages to others. Let's see what's here in the Tarot, Aries. And I read privately at audreyalison.com. If you'd like a private reading with me, I read all through the week. You can find me there. 9 of Coins. She doesn't have time to fuss and fight. She's relaxing in what she's created. The 9 of Coins is feeling comfortable in pursuing your goals and your earnings and relaxing into what you do and what you've earned. Taking the anxiety out of it. Queen of Fire. There you are. That's the Aries female. Queen of Wands. Action. Mars direct, your ruling planet. Go get 'em time. Oh, I just did a write-up on this card on my Instagram page. If you're not following me there, do so. I post often. 4 of Cups. There is always energy to draw from that is around you that is depressing. But if you're in control of how you feel, why choose to be depressed? Now, I know people are dealing with depression that they can't necessarily choose. The 4 of Cups suggests you're looking at things emotionally off and taking things way too personally. And you might have the propensity to overconsume through sadness, and your comfort could be the apple pie and the extra bottle of wine. You want to love yourself more than you're feeding yourself right now. Let's see what else is here. Ooh, the Sun. Jeremy Hush did such a brilliant job. The Sun. Have a positive outlook. You are in control over what you're telling yourself. Don't listen to your mind as if it is something that knows something more than you. I see that you can get out of horrible situations with just the belief in yourself that you can. The Sun is a successful outcome and a fulfilling joy. You have one more card, and the Ace of Coins, new work, new opportunity, a new source of health and wealth. That new moon in your 8th house, new resources. And the Ace is very new. Your court card of the Queen of Wands came up to represent you. And the coin cards of the 9 and the Ace are here. The only thing standing in your way is your own emotional stagnance, what you're telling yourself or what's weighing you down. I would focus on the more positive things that you have in your life. The ability to breathe, the ability to see. You have, I'm getting emotional, you have so much to be thankful for. And this month brings things to everyone's awareness, but for Aries, this is work-related, career-related change. Investing in yourself now that Mars is direct, making physical changes and listening. I hope this was helpful to you. If you need me for private counsel, I'm at audreyalison.com. Remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.